Yeah. This is the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. Approve this message nationwide scene. We up in here, Earthquake Sound Studios, D2E, Friday night edition. You done know with Sean Myrie and Royals up in here. We got Impenetrable. You done know.
Yeah, man, there's a lot of news we want to talk about because we're really getting down to earth. With like-minded people. I want to talk about. There's a lot of news out there, but there's this thing what they're talking about right now with some celebrities, right? The snitching game, right? This whole
Talk about it.
snitching.
Talk about it.
And okay, let me go back to there's been a lot of snitches, but 6ix9ine is a popular snitch. This is what I'm saying. Like, I know what everybody's gonna say because he's a character, and he gets under people's skin, right? So what, like, I find there's a some people may say no, but I find there's a little bit difference from 6ix9ine and Gunna, because you know about Gunna and Young Thug, right? They've been locked up for the RICO charge stuff regarding their music too, right? Like, these guys got locked up because they're associating them with a gang, like a gang, what they say is a music label, and like, and now you see that these guys are starting to talk. They're in court talking, and after Gunna recently got out, or is getting out, or I don't know if he's out right. I think he is out right now, because he admitted that YSL is a gang. That's what the FBI wanted from the beginning. They just wanted someone to admit that it's a gang. That's how they lock you up. So now he gave it up. But people are trying to defend that he's not a snitch. There's people saying he's not a snitch.
I mean,
What do you think about that?
I don't really know the details, like too much details of the case, because I don't really.
I'm
care
gonna
that
tell you
much,
what
but
the details is. The case is, this is it. Young Thug is a rapper. You heard about Young Thug,
yeah,
right?
I know who they are. Like,
So
I know the players
they,
and stuff.
in their
but it's just-
music, right? For years, they always say the young slimes or whatever. That's like the slang, whatever.
yeah,
YSL.
I know that shit, but I don't know like.
But
Like,
the story is that a lot of they done a lot of crimes wherever they're from. They killed a lot of people.
I heard all that shit. I
Extorted.
just don't know why they
Right?
why they're saying
But-
he's not a. I don't know why they're saying he's a snitch, and I don't know why they're saying he's
They're
not a snitch.
they're saying that you heard I showed you the court thing, right? I posted it. The live court.
He admitted to them being a gang. That's what I see.
So if people don't understand the RICO charge, what they put on people, they done that before. Like, this is nothing new. It's just probably new to certain people who's into this, the hip hop or whatever. But mafia or organized crime groups, they use that on them, so then they fully could lock them up forever,
Yeah, John Gotti and that shit.
right?
But I just see it like this. I don't know why everybody's surprised. Like, that's been my stance. Like, I don't know why motherfuckers are surprised. Like, you guys really take these dudes seriously? Their raps and shit. Like, I don't take none of these.
But
I
yeah,
don't take
yeah,
it
right.
serious. Like they're entertainers at the end of the day. What, like, I don't really buy into this shit to begin with. Especially a lot of this new age shit. Call me outdated, old hater, whatever. But I don't buy
Just call it
into
what it is. It's clout, man.
But
Clout.
that's why they're getting off though, kind of now. Like what you're saying.
I'm not surprised. Like, you guys, majority of people are shocked. Like, it's a big deal to them. If you already know that niggas ain't about that life, it shouldn't, like, it doesn't even affect me. Like, I don't really care.
Well, I'm gonna
this
talk about the
case.
6ix9ine comparison. Like, people are gonna call 6ix9ine is the snitch, right?
Mhm.
But look at, isn't there a difference with 6ix9ine and this guy?
There's a huge difference.
Okay, why did 6ix9ine? Okay, people gonna say he just snitched, but his girlfriend they slept with his girlfriend. They
Mhm.
bet him up. They friggin' took money from him. So are you gonna be loyal to the crew or whatever, the gang where you're from, doing that to you, compared to a guy who, like what's going on right now?
I don't support gangs or.
No, but I'm just saying.
I'm just.
All right, well,
I have to speak from my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it straight from like my perspective here. My whole look at it is this: if you've participated
Yeah.
or be in any type of like what they want to call illegal activity,
Hmm.
it's almost like taking like a job as a police officer. You shouldn't be complaining or talking about like the
Thank
problem of the job or what you
Thank
did. You need to just shut up and deal with it.
Police and thief, right?
Yeah.
Police and thief.
Exactly.
That's street shit.
Police.
That's what happens.
You know what I
Now,
mean? So for people to be like what he definitely stated, which is true, this new type of generation of like so-called G's,
Yeah.
honestly, they've been redefining and rephrasing the whole entire term and terminology instead of keeping it to the traditions
Yeah.
that needs to stay purist so that we can separate the weak from the strong.
Yeah.
We're now like conjugating all of this weak stuff and try to celebrate it like it's some strong shit. And I don't get along with none of that, period, whatsoever.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But look, I even heard what's his name, Lord Jamal, say this. Like he was explaining the difference from a snitch and a rat, right? So
Mhm.
a lot of people will be surprised. He was basically saying that, like, for example, 6ix9ine. He says back in the day, how could you blame 6ix9ine for saying what he's said? Because back in the day, when a guy went to jail, right, for example, and he didn't give up nobody, they used to take care of their family. You get what I mean? Like the people, whoever was in the crew or whatever, they would take care of.
Well, that's the principle of it.
Yeah, but they don't do that anymore. So when you get locked up, just say if it's a situation, right? You're part of a crew or whatever organization. They don't help. They don't do nothing for like people don't
Well,
have
still,
that
at
type
the end
of.
of the day, that's on you and that's your loss. Because
See?
if you got yourself into that whole shit, you have to understand that you have to still protect yourself at the end of the day,
that's fact. Accountability.
right? Like, when people get into the game, the dumbest thing about a lot of these guys getting into the game is that they want to have the money to floss and all of this stuff. None of these guys have their money for like a lawyer, if anything, buckles
Right.
up. None of these guys have a money for commissary for any of this bullshit that's going in backwards. That's
Yeah.
why I don't believe in none of these niggas that talk shit. Because
Yeah.
none of these niggas are actually really like keeping it real.
Yeah. True.
I like that you said that. Keeping it real. I think we got to keep it real with this. Like overall, like all the people that's talking about snitch and all this, and
Yeah.
the people that's trying to defend him and say he's not a snitch.
Yeah.
We have to realize and remember that these terminologies come from the Italians, the mafia, bro.
Snitch rat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The whole culture, gangster. The word
Okay.
gangster.
The
That's
whole
not.
thing.
But yo, I'm gonna tell you. I don't know if you guys heard that. Like,
Yeah, but
The
wait a
ex-
minute. What's the
drive-bys, all of
definition
that
of a
shit.
real gangster? That's the thing.
okay, but I was gonna
that's
say the
question.
definition of a snitch and a rat. What I heard, what it is, right? The difference.
Okay.
Recently, they said, okay, people got it's not the same. They said a snitch does things for like gain. You get what I mean? Like to gain something. They don't even have to be somebody who's like it's more secrecy, right? It could be secrecy. And a rat is somebody who's just trying to save their life. Like they'll do anything just to save their skin. But a snitch could actually be powerful. Like I mean, like what we say in this world, materially powerful, and they just want to knock out competition. For example, somebody like in the stock market's doing something illegal, and you get what I mean. You kind of report that shit.
The way
like,
how I see
I'm
it,
just giving that example. Different types of snitches.
I see it like
Yeah.
this. Like the rat terminology, it goes more to what these guys are getting caught up in, because that's the mob shit, right?
Yeah.
I hope I'm getting this.
Rats get killed most of the time, and snitches get protected
No,
because
but
the
the
snitches
difference-
the government
Yeah,
is
the
with.
difference though is the rat is somebody that turned like you willingly go
Turned.
crime
You turned on like your crew. Yeah.
brotherhood, like
Yeah.
gang,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, brotherhood. Yeah.
caution,
Right.
like that type of shit.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
join in it.
That's
and
different.
Snitch
But
is
a snitch
somebody
don't have to be a
taking
friend.
like
But a
confidential
snitch
information
don't have to
and
be a
selling
friend.
it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That goes back to the playground.
Mhm.
The word snitch.
Yeah.
That's like from the playground.
Yeah.
What's that cartoon? The Recess or something from back in the day. There was that Arnold kid in there with the glasses that snitches on everybody in that cartoon. So the snitch thing is like we just took it
Mhm.
into the street culture and we use those two terms loose.
Yeah.
It's just street
Yeah.
shit, and people hear that somebody told on somebody and you're a rat, you're this and that.
Mhm.
My problem is, why the fuck do we still care about these stupid ass terms?
Yeah, stupid.
Like, why the fuck? Like when I seen this all over my feed, I was like, why the fuck do we care? Like, is it me? Like, am I the weirdo?
Yeah.
Do I not fit into this culture
true,
no
it's
more?
true.
Maybe I've outgrown it. That's the point that I'm at right now.
That's what really it
Why do
comes
we
down
still
to,
care
is
about
that
this
we
dumb street
outgrown
shit?
the foolishness.
Cause the
Not
clout
by
is the
entertaining it.
thing.
So yo, let's go move on from this because we're higher than this. I want to talk about now Elon Musk. Now Elon Musk, he's acquired over the last couple months Twitter, and he's doing all types of shit. He put up and down. He put Trump on back because Trump was kicked off. Kanye's on there, right? And now this man is kicking off journalists all of a sudden. So why did he really acquire this?
Y'all don't want to get me
The
started
Twitter.
tonight,
Why did he
bro.
require? No, I'll get you
Please
started
don't
because
get
I
me
already done a
started, bro.
podcast on this shit.
You know I'll go
What-
into my conspiracy.
So now he's
bag.
getting
what
rid
we
of journalists. What is that? Freedom of they've been attacking the so-called what we think is freedom speech, but we know there's no freedom of speech.
Of course.
So I want to get your thoughts on that, your opinions on that, because we see what's going on in Canada too. Bill
Yeah. For
C11.
me, with Elon Musk and this whole thing with Twitter is that the man's collecting information with the whole Twitter thing and then using it as a playing platform to getting what I feel is like studies with the
Yep.
whole entire, like people's reactions, you know what I mean, to what he's putting out there and what he is doing. It's almost like he's like toying with like the whole entire Twitter community.
Yeah, he is.
Just to get data, right? Basically.
Yeah, for data collection. Because
And
that's
he wants
all
to be
the
the
what
only
these
journal-
like,
he wants to be the only
people are
sayer.
up there at this time. What they want to do is collect all the data and survey and then act like they're gods to us. And portray that they're doing something well for us, but really it's all only just in benefit for them at the end of the day.
And he's like, to me, it's like he's having his own private war because he's saying he's banning journalists. So anybody who's talking, like, for example, me, right? And I'm on
Yeah.
Twitter. I haven't been active on Twitter in years, but just say I going on recently with shit like how we're doing here. He's gonna ban. He's gonna ban. So he's gonna ban me, ban us.
What I feel with him though too is that this man likes to put out like disrespectful talks to other people that talk about him, but it seems like he can't take it when they're actually reporting out truths about him. That's what I've been catching on the take with it.
Yeah.
All
So
I gotta say about
Totally
that dude is,
hypocritical. Yeah.
you
Totally
know I'm
hypocritical.
going my conspiracy
Yeah,
bag.
go on with it, man.
If I
Go-
draw my conspiracy bag,
Bring
I ain't
it
gonna
up,
come
man.
back.
Yeah,
Go
go
into the
on, talk
bag.
it though, brother, because I believe you.
Yo, all right. So I love to learn, and when I come across information, it fascinates the hell out of me, right?
Yeah.
So I found this information very fascinating and interesting. So there's a German NASA / Nazi scientist, right? He goes by the name of Werner von Braun. In 1953, he put out a book called Project Mars, wherein a man named Elon leads humanity to Mars. You can't make this shit
That's what he
up.
wants too. Shit.
Pawns in the game on the chessboard. You know what I'm saying?
It's
These
a book.
people are not real people. These are characters.
So
G.
wait. Is this a book?
From 1953.
3.
And there's more to it though. It's a book. So
He's
there's
a
more
he's
shit.
a he's a aerospace scientist. Sorry, I left that part.
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Aerospace
And this
scientist.
is 1953. I gotta
Yeah.
get this shit. What is it called, yo? Repeat that shit.
Project Mars.
Project Mars.
What is Elon Musk's? What is he doing?
He wants to go to Mars. He's going to space.
So
whatever
okay,
Mars.
let me ask you a question. With
That's where
that
he wants to go.
information, right? How do you look at it? I'm asking both of y'all. How do you look at it? Do you look at it as he read that book, got inspired, and is living it out, or something else?
Yeah, when somebody reads a book that what they find is like educational or informative, some people's minds will actually lead them to believing that that could actually be like really true and it's attainable to be like accomplished.
So you think he changed his name to Elon? You think he's playing the
Wait,
character?
where's
in the book?
Elon from? Where's he born?
South, did they say South Africa?
South Africa? No, where's his parents from?
Obviously.
I don't know anything about this man's
See,
background.
mystery. You see, you have to really
That's
look
what I'm
on
telling you,
it.
these
This
are
man came out of
characters, these are
nowhere,
characters,
really,
bro.
in the last 2 years to me. Seriously, you know.
Like I can't.
Yeah,
make
these
this
are
shit up. You
characters.
can
No,
literally go
it's
look
it's
it up.
serious. It's some
1953. How does a man come out with a book like that way back then, and then there's one day
a man named
he just
Elon
happened
Musk,
to be born.
Yeah.
His name is Elon Musk. He lives out his life.
and
He
he's
gets famous at a certain time.
Yeah.
At certain time of his
and
life.
he's doing all this technology
right,
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then all of a sudden he's going to Mars just like the book. You get what I'm saying? These people are given to us, bro. I can't trust that. Call me paranoid, call me conspiracy theorist, but when I found that information out, I was fascinated. I said, look at this. Like these people, like that's, to me, it's like, bro, I kind of respect it. Like I laugh at more of the sheep. I'm looking at the sheep. Like, how do y'all fall for this shit?
That's why
I'm not special for
that's why
coming up on the information.
he
Don't get it
acquired
twisted.
a social
just that.
media platform quick. It's funny how you acquired it.
What led me to this information about him was me being, I was like, I was kind of iffy with him. Like I always look at these, y'all know me.
Yeah,
I always look, whoever they're propping up, I'm always like, looking at them with the funny eye. Whoever they're tearing down, and when I say they, I mean like mainstream media. That's the person I'm trying to like see what
they're really about. Yeah, I want to know the truth exactly.
Because they prop this dude up in front of everybody's face and all this shit, and he's like some savior to certain people. I've even had debates with.
He's a savior to the banks. That's what it is. Because when
a lot of everyday people are out here looking like Elon's gonna save the world. They're acting like he's gonna save the world or some shit. And I'm trying to explain to people like simple shit like that. Like you cannot ignore the fact that a fucking Nazi wrote a book in 1953 about a nigga bringing humanity to Mars named Elon, and that's
and
not.
You know what?
That's
it's
not
true
like the
because wait,
whole synopsis of the
that's
book.
after
You know
the
what I
World
mean?
War II. That's
it's
after
just a
World
part
War-
of the story.
That's after World War II. That's after
Yeah,
World War II.
that's the deep shit.
1953.
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm telling you, he's not. He's a Nazi
Okay,
aerospace scientist.
to continue
You can look it
now,
up. Werner
to
von
continue
Braun.
on that now, you got this character from supposed to be from our community. He's out, like you say, always a new episode of him.
Who's that?
Very controversial, and he's been saying shit like referring to certain shit, brings shit up, and he's insulted what they promoted a community over and over, and he's not stopping. He thought he would stop, Mr. Ye. He ain't stopping. You think that this man was gonna stop? I'm thinking, is this guy gonna quit?
No,
Man is
his
still
ego and attention seeking is too big for him.
You know what's interesting though? I saw a headline the other day. I didn't really watch it because, I don't want to like overdo watching stuff with him.
Yeah.
Because a lot of shit he says.
But he said something. You remember you already had said it.
Yeah.
You kind of already
this
said
is
it.
very interesting to me because I feel like I overlooked this, and I feel like it's very true what he said. But it was a headline, so I don't know if these are his words. But it said that the headline said that he said he's autistic.
Yeah.
And it just
No, I
hit
don't
me in
like.
the
Okay,
face.
now you're gonna hit
And I
me
was
with
just like,
that shit.
Yo,
No, this guy's
that
fucking
is
around too much
perfect.
now.
No, that makes perfect sense.
You're
No,
gonna
no,
go
no.
with that now?
No, I've met
From
people.
Paul.
Listen,
I know about autism though.
Hear me out.
I know about that shit.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
out. I've met people on the spectrum, bro.
Yeah.
And I've spoken to them.
Yeah.
And before they broke it to me that they're on the spectrum, this is actually a female too.
Yeah.
Just the other day. Before she let me know she was on the spectrum, I would have never suspected, right?
Yeah.
Because of things like mainstream media. And
Yeah.
we'll think that autism means like a handicap or something.
No, I know
But
that.
autistic people are
No.
brilliant.
But I know because my daughter's like
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying.
that. But when he said that shit though,
It could hold on.
what
hold on.
I know,
It
I
could
don't
be
believe.
true. It could be true. You know why?
Yeah.
It for me, I'm just saying for me, I could
Yeah.
be way off. But the way how I see it is like the whole Donda thing.
Yeah.
He could have been an autistic child the whole time, and Donda could have been his only refuge.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? His
Yeah.
mother. dealing with how he is. She's probably the only person that could calm him down.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
And you know,
Listen,
he didn't make it sound like that in the beginning.
I'm just saying.
Autistic.
Well,
I'm
you
saying.
brought a point there because
I'm
I
just
did
saying,
say
bro.
that.
I
did say
literally
this.
sat with a woman the other day, and I didn't know she was
Well,
on the spectrum.
The thing is,
until
I
she
did
said
say this too. Well,
Yeah.
yo,
it.
if
There's no sign. There's no like.
my man's mom
Sinuses, you know what I
was
mean?
still around, he wouldn't be going on like this too. Me, I tell you that
Everybody,
straight.
but that's like for years since she died. People like that was a. It's kind of obvious, right?
Yeah.
But I guess
It's true. It could be.
I
Yeah,
guess
I
the
see what
reason
you're
why I
saying.
could
Alright.
believe
Well,
somebody.
the one thing for me about like autistic and people on the spectrum is that I've actually worked with children in the school board
Okay.
for 7 years and dealing with all different types of level of spectrums and autistic levels. And it is very true. When someone is autistic, they have a certain knack of genius in a specific area that's beyond human capacity of actually even comprehending.
Yeah,
They already gone advanced with it.
yeah.
So for someone like Kanye to come out and do it, yes, we all have it because we're all geniuses in our own way or with something that we can do better than someone else in some other type of way. But with their thinking of doing something artistic, they see life at like such a different level.
But who diagnosed him bipolar? See how they diagnosed him bipolar, not
He
autistic.
could all diagnose himself that.
No, but I didn't watch the video. I just seen a headline.
I know.
Yeah,
I see.
just heard
Yeah,
about
he said he's autistic. He's claiming he's
Oh, okay,
autistic,
okay.
right? So I'm just saying, me as a person who has experience in that too, I'm not saying he cannot be. Maybe he's what's called the other thing. It's more like I forgot what's the name for it.
Asperger.
Asperger's. Maybe he has Asperger's more like that type of, right?
Well, you could
Because-
say that because when you look at the way of like how this man has done music, being creative with like everything of his businesses and all
Right,
that,
right.
that is
Something-
definitely like an autistic and like a very creative type of mind
True.
that's going on there. So
It's a possibility.
True.
man.
Yeah. You're
It's a
right.
possibility.
Because
that
he
is.
started off making video games, eh? That's what I found out before he done any music.
Oh, that's
was
crazy.
video games.
you see what I'm saying? So those type of minds where it's like you can almost create and put it out there in the world and people.
You know what? You're right,
gravitate-
yo.
Yeah.
Yo, we got it right. We just sorry to say,
It's not right.
kind of
He's just
put it
probably
together
telling the truth. and
because the
he's
story
just labeled crazy.
the story
You know
I
what I'm
heard.
saying? He's been labeled crazy all these years.
No.
and maybe it was
Not we
just-
putting it together that we're talking about this autism because the story I heard is his mother bought him a computer at a young age, right?
Mhm.
Remember back then, computers were expensive, and he was
Yep.
making video games.
Come on, like.
Video games from
And that's why they call it the
I can't-
spectrum,
I
right?
don't do
Because
that
there's extremes and then there's
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
For you to know to make video games, that's when he made beats after that. Then he got as he got older, instead you started to probably use what he could do is video games into like sound or some shit.
Because
See,
remember also now too in school we had people that were doing like before all of it got like canceled down, we had advanced classes, general
Yeah.
classes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the advanced learners were like understanding like how to do geometry, all of these things at like grade 10 level.
Down to they
That's
took
fact.
away grade 13 OAC.
You know
Yep,
what I'm
always.
saying? Yeah.
That's right.
So not everybody's learning curve is going to be the same. And yeah, we're dealing with some people whose learning curve and understanding about certain things are well advanced than ours right now. So I'm not going to put it past him that he is that.
But what it is, the commercial society now, it's like they're confused now. When he puts that out now, he's very intelligent how he put it out there. Like it or
Exactly.
not. They can't prosecute him the way how they want now. Because they're the same ones
He won the battle mentally already. That's
Yeah.
what I've been trying to show
He won
people.
that. Well, all right, let's look at it
We're
this
worried
way.
about money and
How many
trinkets and
times
shit.
now that there's been a mass shooting? And what do they say about every damn person
yeah,
that
they
did
had
mass
a
shooting?
mental they had a some
He
type
has a
of
mental capacity problem.
Yeah.
So you can't really like find this guy or
Mhm.
persecute him that way. So he just used the same game on these people the same way right now.
yeah,
Yep.
it's true.
It's entertaining though. I got for that.
Exactly. I
Gotta say
found
that.
it
Must
hilarious.
say.
He's playing
What
with the
a show.
system good though, I have to admit.
Mr. Ye.
He's Mr. Yay. So yo, like us, you know about the
And
Bill
you're an
C-11?
intelligent person, and that's why I kind of don't take away his autistic, because when you understand how the system is played or being played, you understand what words to put out there and manipulate it to get a reaction from people that are having
true.
a hard time to process it, to understand your level of intelligence.
That's true.
I knew when he said George Bush don't like white black people. I knew from then I'm like, this guy is brave. Okay?
Yeah.
There's no what do they call it? Filter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No filter.
There's no filter there with him. And that is exactly what the young lady that I was speaking to, that's what she said about herself.
I see what I
Sometimes
mean.
she's not
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to just hold it.
No
the first
filter.
thing that comes to mind is she just has to shoot it
You
off.
just say it. Yeah.
Yo,
Interesting. Man.
yo, what you guys know about this Bill C-11? You heard about it?
Just make your
Isn't
own
that
content.
censor thing like we
Yeah,
the
censor
Canada
thing on
shit.
social media?
That
Just
is
make your
Trudeau
own-
shit.
Just make your own
Listen.
content. Make your own content and you'll be
It's a
Yes,
fine.
that's all
copycat.
nice,
Literally,
but-
listen, we live in a copycat world where it's a copycat of what's going on in the communist countries right now
Oh, you
with
know your
like their
shit.
people there.
Yeah.
You know your shit.
Right? Yeah, I definitely understand and know my shit. It's literally a copycat system where now, even if you did not even like anything that's going on with this government, you can't even talk about it. It's the same way as like I said, like I was having a discussion with my brethren then. It's all right for them to call a white person a honky. It's all right for them to be calling us niggas. But we can't say nothing about no gays or no Jews. What the hell?
See it there?
It's true.
See it? Blood clot there.
Or the government.
It's like
Or
what
the
they're doing.
government now. And that's
Yeah.
what they're trying to do, is protect them. So literally, I've now realized that this whole entire system with the Babylon now, where they say to serve and protect. Oh, so you're to serve the people but protect the government.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
said that long
because
time.
Part of this
That-
Bill C-11 is they're gonna have the judgment what they deem what they want to go through in media, like for example YouTube. So in Canadian
Oh.
content now,
Mhm.
if they see that it's not attractable to go out there, it's gonna go down, like in views.
Well,
It's
I've
like
already been experiencing it already right now, Fred.
yeah,
And you guys already been seeing it with me, what's been going on.
yeah,
How is it that when I posted up about, like, all right, the queen, whatever, she's not no queen to me, but the queen of England died. And I posted up saying, like, fuck that bitch, because she ain't no queen to me and she's never been no queen to my people, them whatsoever, in any way, shape, or form. And they took it down.
Of course.
yeah.
Freedom of speech, right?
Freedom
Yeah.
of speech,
See what I'm
because
saying?
now it
So-
forces us to go to American outlets
Yeah,
more.
but
We gotta
not only that,
our-
but
you
it's,
know what I mean?
you know what? It's when you brought American, and it goes back to almost what he's saying here. You cannot be talking bad about the president or anything like that. You get in trouble too. You know that, right?
monarchy, the
You
Jews,
don't know that.
the gays. It's like all of them are in a cohort together where it's like you can't talk about them whatsoever.
That's why I say long live long live streams. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Fire up on mainstream media. Long live live streams.
Yeah, live streams, man.
When it's live and people are tapped in, they get it right then and there.
Sure,
Can't
but it's
censor it.
reality, because like Dave Chappelle got burnt up from like whatever the corporation media, because he was doing certain comedy what all of a sudden they didn't like, right?
Yep.
Normally before they would love what he's saying, talking about niggers and a whole bunch of shit, right, in his comedy skits. But soon as he done the recent one, you know, the Kanye West one, when he's talking about Kanye
Yeah.
West, I don't know if you've seen that one on SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Yep. I saw
When he
it.
went up and said that, now
Everybody
all of
said
a
that.
sudden now the defamation league of somewhere said how they want charge him or some bullshit, right? So now you have even now fast forward to recent Kanye West now then comes up and say how he don't like what basically Dave Chappelle's done, and Dave Chappelle's jokes is basically coming from some other guy. I forgot. I don't know if his name is Benjamin or some shit.
Well, overall, the way how I see it is just these are examples for me to stay focused for what's to come. Like
Yep.
for all of us, my nigga. If they're
Yep.
doing that to celebrities with millions and billions or whatever, What do you think? Like the average person is gonna be able to just speak their mind? No.
Exactly. That's what I said when they knocked off Trump off of Twitter when Trump came out.
Exactly. That's why I was telling people. You guys helped with the censorship shit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
Because when Trump
Y'all
came
was
out
like,
and
yo.
said that, after 3 days, I don't have no more COVID. I remember at that time when Trump came out and said after 3 days, I'm not sick, I'm totally fine. They were telling everybody that COVID was like for 5 to
Freak out.
7 days.
Yeah.
So
Bro.
they had to silence him because he had too much of a strong following where like
That's what I'm saying. Not only did
wasn't going to be happening.
Not only did they censor him from Twitter, from all social media.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They gave him the Farrakhan special. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm like, they did that to him? He's an entertainer. He's the entertainer of entertainers.
Yeah.
And they did that to him. So that's just a sign of what's to come.
Yeah.
Communist. Yeah. But
everyone thinks that we totally live in a democracy type of system, and I don't understand it still to this day.
Yo, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something.
It's a joke.
Yo, if I could give you guys a story, there's a movie series. Now I think of Trudeau. I'm just gonna be straight up. I remember there's this movie series. It must have been like 10 years ago or 8 years ago. I watched it. It was like this Christian movie series talking about Armageddon, right? You know, like Bible stuff. You know, remember, Rock? I don't know which show it was. Family, was it Family Ties? Where Fox, what's his name again? From Back to the Future, what's his name? Michael J. Fox. Remember he had a show back in the 80s. He was in a family.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking.
Yeah.
That show there.
Yeah, he was in a show where he was like the son or something like
Yeah.
that.
Okay. Either way,
The
the brother. Remember he had a brother or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that guy. He became a director. Made a movie.
Kirk Cameron.
Yeah, he made a movie. Kirk Cameron. You can look it up. About like Armageddon, the end of the world and shit like that. They even have some famous actors in there. There's right. So the story is there's this guy, and he's like influential. Before he becomes the president, he makes up like this health thing. Like I don't know, like if a lot of people are sick around the time. It's supposed to be around these times, but he becomes the president. Becomes the president of America. Right? He's young, and then after then he. On top of it, he makes up something that the whole world has to come to him. Like the whole world has to fucking come to him. But if you watch this movie, right? What's his name again? Kirk Cameron. Just look up Kirk Cameron's fucking movie. It looks like friggin' Trudeau guy. Like this whole communist shit. It's like it's. I'm telling you, I'm not going crazy. Just look up that movie.
I've always said, well,
watch
not
the
me,
shit.
but it's always been said that movies, you know, they have a lot of truth.
Like they take it, like you see, like how long you have to wait in the hospital for? Just ask yourself right now.
Shit.
How long do you have to wait in the hospital?
Movies that we grew up to in the 80s and 90s was well giving us information about what was really happening behind the scenes, but we just took it as entertainment value. Like, oh my gosh, did you see how great that movie was?
Yeah.
When really they were giving you truths and you didn't really understand it. Like the biggest example I love to show people in regards to that is like the movie Enemy of the State with Will Smith.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a very
one.
real one. You're
that
right.
one was one of the realest ones where it's like Gene Hackman was telling Will Smith like, yo, the government and the FBI have been in cohorts with telecommunications since the 50s, bro.
And they're telling that movie. What year did it come out?
Collecting information about people and all that stuff from time.
When did that movie come out? That's one of my favorites.
I think like 1989, 88, or like
no.
90s or something.
Will Smith.
98.
Yeah. 98. Will Smith.
Yeah.
So that movie is telling you what's going on now with technology. They say like England is the most camera surveillance.
Because the movie was literally based on like Will Smith having some information that would like destroy the whole government in regards to like a killing or something like that.
Yeah.
And remember now, Gene Hackman was like a computer hacker, like behind the scenes trying to stay out of like the spotlight, whatnot. And when Will Smith bucked into him, that's when Gene Hackman was starting to show him like, this is how you have to operate in this because this new world is going to track down everybody's information. That's why now we're in this thing called the information age. Everybody's getting paid off of information.
And we're like in the
Drop
age.
a
You remember?
bomb
You
on
know
that.
what? Another movie too with Wesley Snipes and Sylvester Stallone. That was a big movie.
Oh,
when it came out.
Demolition Man.
Oh,
That's what's
Demolition.
really going on. You know
a
where
lot,
Dem-
a lot of in
The
that.
type of
toilet
like
paper scene?
society that they're trying to set up right now. That's the next one right there.
Okay, you know Demolition is based off of Toronto. People will think I'm crazy. Do you know it's based off of Toronto?
Yeah.
Because okay, I remember
How
when
so?
I'm going to tell you a fast story. When I was in high school, I was in media arts class. There was a magazine. I wish I would have saved it. It showed like the future. It said how Toronto will be in the future, right? This was 1997, right?
Mm-hmm.
It showed computerized phones. What do we have out there? Public computerized phones. The way how we're using cards, it was showing like a cardless system. The buses, people aren't using cash. It was a cashless. It was like a comic, like 4 pages, showing
Yeah.
the city. Cardless system. The phones had the computer thing like what it has now. Because back in '97, they didn't have these phones. What you have, the public phones. You seen
Exactly.
subways and shit.
Mm.
'97, they didn't have that. That's what was in the magazine. It was showing.
But if a lot of people, but not to cut you off, if a lot of people took in what was happening in the movie Demolition Man
Yes.
in regards to the way society was built and set up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's the same way as what they're trying to do right now with this whole communism and censoring shit.
Yes. That's what.
Nobody was allowed to go against whatever
Exactly.
that emperor was wearing white and everything, and they all got to live above land.
Then they have
Anybody
social.
who was opposed to the government and any of like that ruling where they believed in their own freedom was living underground.
Exactly. And then they have social distancing in that, or you couldn't
Yeah,
hug or
there's something like a
that.
social
Yeah, they
distance.
couldn't
Yes.
come up. They
Social
weren't allowed
distance
to come
is
up
all
on the
that.
Touch each
actual
other.
land and see sunlight
Not allowed to, like,
daylight
hug
and
or
all of them
shake
things
hands.
there,
And
yo.
they talked about the diseases. Remember, she was telling Sylvester
Thank
Stallone the
you.
reason why they couldn't have sex and shit because of all
Yeah,
these different
remember?
diseases.
Yeah, in the movie they weren't even having physical sex.
Yeah, like you couldn't touch. I remember
Virtual,
something like
virtual sex.
Everything went to the
Yo,
virtual
check this
yeah.
out. Check this
right
out.
now.
Check this out. Meta. Meta is
Okay.
Meta.
Think about it right there with the meta, where mans are all doing a commercial for like NFL football, thinking like they're literally in the game now and all that. So what do you think is going to be the next thing? Fantasy and all that stuff with OnlyFans being set up right there, brethren.
that. Yeah,
Holy shit, man. This is some crazy shit.
it's very fascinating to live through this because we're the first generation that's exposed to all this
Exactly.
technology. So it's like
And we're literally the
smack
link
dab
to
in it.
the future generation of understanding the whole transition and everything that's going on. So we
Yeah.
have to make sure they're aware of these things because they're now collecting all of
Shit,
this
I'm not even
information
aware.
from the digital wave,
Trying to keep
which
up.
could easily be rewritten.
Mhm.
They're not getting their information from books, which
That's
Like
the
you're
crazy
saying.
will be written out.
When we're saying scripted, it's really scary. It's scripted because, like I said, that movie with that fella, when people watch this over and they look it up, they're gonna see a movie like it wasn't big in the theaters. It was like a Christian movie. That's why
Yeah.
it was like one of them Christian.
It's crazy
movies.
because I felt like that with the one with Chris Farley with Rob Ford, Rob Doug,
Doug Ford,
no Rob Ford.
Rob Ford.
Rob
There was a
Ford, yeah.
movie with Chris Farley and he had the football team.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Just
they
like-
did the documentary
like
on
that.
Rob Ford. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a movie like that.
I always compared the two. Like I always felt like Chris Farley and the whole Rob Ford character is just like the same, like in that movie. And he's goofy. You know how he is in the movie.
Yeah. Chris Farley.
There was
He
also
died
like
too.
a
I forgot the name of that
documentary
movie.
film that I think a lot of the people that need to watch to understand what's going on out here, and it's called Life and Death.
Life
And the
and Death.
documentary is based off the World Bank and the
Yeah, I
IMF.
watched that one. Yeah.
You've seen
IMF. Once I hear that, oh, I already
it.
know.
Yeah, and it's how like they did like try
Oh,
to
it's
like
they're the ones that
manipulate and
mash up
destroy all
Jamaica.
the Caribbean and
IMF.
Commonwealth countries, well, the
Yeah.
developing countries. So that's why the
International
Rockefellers and the
Monetary
Rothschilds and all of them are still in business, and why a lot of our people left the land to come over here thinking that there's better opportunity, because these same countries are the ones ruining our land and not allowing us to actually develop. Why do you think there's no like Jamaican National Bank or our currency is up to par with like the rest of these people out here in this world? We don't have none of that.
Facts. All facts.
Man.
All facts.
But yo, it's pure craziness. It's a common. It's a, like, this communist. They want what's communist? What do you know about?
They want
communists?
control.
Basically, that sums it up.
And after they claim they're not
Okay,
communists.
look.
Communism
I'll
is
say
a control over a nation.
For a few letters. China. like Trump.
Think
China.
about it this way right now.
That's communism.
They have already gotten us in a controlled society already right now, and you have to really look at it and see it this way. We are working where we are using our minds, our body, our sweat, our blood for little pay while these guys are getting rich right now.
It's true.
Babylon.
It's true.
And almost anything that we're doing, they are using us in regards for them to gaining bigger. So we're actually fulfilling their dreams. We're not really fulfilling our dreams. And our dreams is actually to be respected and actually have the freedom to actually maybe even do what they're doing, but not to actually like oppose a will on people in what they're doing.
And oppress and all wickedness.
Exactly.
And evil and all the shit that they're doing.
Man.
But we still at it though. It's not, yo.
Yeah.
Hey, until the fat lady sings, yo. We still
So
at
you
it.
We're still at it.
One thing I do know is they are the minority.
Exactly.
They.
Yeah.
They.
But that's what I always told everybody. You don't need a large group to make a change in this world, because why is it that there's only a little group of people that are affecting the majority of the world out here right now?
You know. I think I have an answer. Because a lot of people are just fucking stupid, yo. Yo, ignorance is a choice.
Yeah.
At some point in life.
It is. And we're
Fuck.
living in a world that's fully of ignorance, because a lot of people know what the truth is, see what the truth is, and are accepting the lie still same way and going about it as if like, yo, I don't need to change my life in any way, shape, or form anyhow.
I saw somebody. Well, I always see people with masks on in their car. Those are the type of people that I'm talking about. Willfully
Yo,
stupid.
you notice how they can never see the road when they have the mask on in the car?
Willfully
their blind spot
stupid.
is like bigger, yo.
Like they've been it's mind. I can't even find the word. How people can be manipulated. There's a lot of weak minds out there. That's why this is able to happen.
But
That's
we've
why
been
these-
shown that already from
Yo.
time. Like I try to tell people now. Here's the next example right here. Remember the movie The 10 Commandments?
Yeah. Yup.
All
Cecil B.
right.
DeVille.
All right. Remember how the people then were always saying, like, we need to get away from Pharaoh. We need to get away from Pharaoh. We want our freedoms. We want our freedoms. So Moses leads them out and gets them to their freedom. But you know what the people did, though? After Moses led them out to their freedoms, Moses goes up to the burning bush to go talk with God. But when he comes back, what did the people then do? Turn. Went right back into the slavery about worshiping some like golden calf and all of this thing. So
Yep. The holy cow.
what we
That's
realize
what holy cow
is that they're only going to cry for what they believe is their freedom, but they don't know what that is.
So I'm saying there's a lot of dumb people out here.
Dumb motherfuckers. Exactly.
Yep. Sometimes you can't do nothing about it. Like they're
No, you
willfully
can't.
dumb. Like people, sheep led to the slaughter. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really like that out here. Dude.
It really is the truth, where it's like, as I try to tell people, you can't awake all the masses. Because if you try to fight it and do it all the time, if you take away the M from the masses, you're trying to awake a bunch of ashes. Literally.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. It's true.
it's sad, but that's how the cookie crumbles.
That's how I see it. I rather explain the information to people that want to learn
There
and
it
are
is.
trying to, like, you know, be self-reliant for themselves
There it is.
than to somebody who's just like, well, I want to still be in with the flow. I just want to stay in with the crowd. Like, get out of here then, Bridget.
The last 3 years, I say, should have sparked something in like somebody with half a brain. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like most people with half a brain, something in you should have sparked where you're like, yo, you understand a little bit when people say system now, what they mean, the system,
Yeah.
or they don't. You get it? You kind of you feel a little bit of empathy for the conspiracy theorists now. You should at least a little bit.
Yep.
If not,
I'm
you
not
just
even gonna
no
call
soul.
them a conspiracy theorist. I'm gonna call them a realist theorist. Because they're spitting the realist facts for you guys to understand. Straight real theories, yo.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll just put it out there. They already planned a new pandemic, so just get ready for it. Planned.
You
2025
don't think
coming
about
at
like
you.
Kyrie Irving about being anti-Semitic. I'm like, wait, how does a person of African heritage be anti-Semitic?
That's
I'm
what I
still
always
waiting for that
say. I always say
explanation
that.
right now.
It's just another example for me of the system.
Yeah.
Like it's like this movie keeps replaying like that whole racism thing
Yeah.
and this and that.
Exactly.
A
Yeah.
black man can't speak out and then this and that. If he was white, this would like it's just the same reoccurring.
It's no matter what type of race you are, they don't want anybody speaking out against them in any way, shape, or form. Because I've been out here with like the whole entire like what they want to call the freedom movement when this whole COVID thing first came out. And when I was downtown and everything, all I kept on hearing was like, oh, it's just white supremacists. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on. These people are speaking about their freedoms.
Yep.
Oh, now I get it. So you're gonna call them white supremacists so that people don't gravitate to them and like want to like see what you guys are really all about.
That's what you call
That's
narrative.
what they do.
Narrative stirring, narrative creating.
Yeah.
Creating narrative. and
It's
shit.
it's literally a practice that they've been doing with like all types of like classification of the human race. It doesn't matter who you are. When it comes to us as black people, they're gonna first say like, yeah, we're anti-Semitism, we're gangs, we're posses, all of this type of
Put us in the
negative
box.
type of like sayings.
Mhm. Put us in that box,
Exactly.
that black box.
Yep.
Literally, black is one way.
Yep. In the box, man.
Black is thug.
That's why you just have to like, you know.
Black is ghetto. All the stereotypes, you know.
Yeah,
black,
and that's what
it's
they
supposed to
use
be
so that
beautiful.
People don't gravitate to you or want to discredit you right off the bat. Because that's the one thing that I realized. Nobody's really actually trying to figure out who you are when they hear something about you. They just take what the media is saying to them and say, well, that's who that person is. Yeah, I don't like them. It's like, do you even know anything about this person's story?
I'm guilty of that. Nah, man. I'm definitely guilty of that.
I was
judging
at first,
people 'cause
but
of the
now it's
media,
Like,
I'm
what you
definitely
said before, if they're trying to tear down somebody, I want to dig in and find out why they're trying to tear down this person. What is it about him?
Yeah. When I smartened up and then when I got wiser, that's what it became. Like I said earlier, like anybody that they're tearing down, I'm like, hold up, let me see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I had a big entire argument with my family with like the whole Bill Cosby thing about like the whole rape thing, especially with the females in my family where they're all like, yeah, he deserves it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait,
Hold up a second here. Me gonna have to say something about this. Check this out. Hold on a minute. Regardless if not or anything, right? Check this out. You should have been dealing with it at the time. You know what I mean? You know why? You know why? Because check this out. He was in his prime and all of that. Now the man's an old man. Seen?
Yeah.
And you bring up something what over 20, 30 odd years ago.
Hold on.
Shame upon you for that. You know what I'm saying? Because what the man is about to make some big moves and shit. No, we have to lock him down.
That's what it
Oh
was
no,
all
no,
about.
we gotta
The
bring
man
up
was
all
gonna
this old
control
shit.
NBC.
Mm-hmm.
But the crazy thing is he's out now, and they dropped
Exactly, and they dropped
they
all
overturned
the
it.
others after they scandaled
No,
it.
but still, me still mad about it. Me not care. Me not care.
Of course,
I'm
of
still-
course, of
I
course.
am
So,
still
That's more reason to
furious
be mad
about it.
about it.
I am furious about it. They should have make the TV dad be locked up away. What the fuck is that? For how many months he was in there for?
You see what I'm saying? Exactly.
You get what I mean? It
No,
doesn't
one
even matter if
day
he
is too
even did
long,
a
bro.
day.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He shouldn't even done a day.
Exactly.
You get what I mean? Straight
This
up
is
good.
what they do. So we all understand that this is all part of the game, the system, whatever they want. We like to see it as whatever because that's what they want to do. Because I already know for a fact all of this stuff about like taking a vaccine. If the man owned that studio right now, all of this stuff about like the vaccine towards black people would have been null and void.
Yep. I remember we were the first ones they were trying to press it on. Like even
yeah.
even the boy
Thank you.
Gates and his wife, they did
Yep.
an interview and they're like, "Yo, we want
Exactly.
black people to get it first."
Yeah,
I'm like, "You dirty motherfuckers."
Exactly. I even
And
posted it out
but
too
here's the
before
thing.
they
Here's the
canceled out
thing.
my account.
I go back to what I said. I go forward to what I said. Stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say this, I'm talking about family members and everything, you know. People took this thing and it was just like a thing where it's like, yo,
it started some
understand
wars. What do you mean? It
job
started
and
some
everything,
wars.
yo,
Yo,
it's
it
like,
started some serious arguments.
I ain't letting nobody.
But check this out. I'm gonna tell you something. From
Crazy,
day
bro.
one, we know say you and you is the same how me I think. From day one, you know what me say? I wait, yo, check this out. You know what? Yo, some people thought I was crazy. I said, yo, I wait, yo, I'm gonna be one of the last motherfuckers. I don't care if they're gonna drag me out the house
It ain't
and all this
happening.
shit.
Yeah.
I don't care because check this out. Before all this shit, I watched The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. I was watching The Walking Dead, and when I saw everything in the beginning of this, I went, "Bumbleclot, we're gonna live the real Walking Dead, yeah." You know what I mean? Everybody go, oh, yeah, panic, and yeah, say, oh, no toilet paper, and all them thing there. Holy shit, oh no, and all of that. Yo, same thing. What happened in The Walking Dead? Everyone in the beginning, everyone is like panicking and all this shit, war and all this shit. Same thing. I was saying, fuck, we're living a real Walking Dead, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are living in the Walking Dead. It's the
Yeah,
same thing
we
that
are.
I say about the next TV show. What's that next TV show called? Stranger Things. I don't need
Things.
to watch that TV show because every day when I come out of my house, I'm seeing Stranger Things.
No. Stranger than Stranger Things. How about that?
Exactly.
Yeah, because you know what I say? You know what else I say, man?
Subscribe to Netflix to see Stranger Things.
You know what else I say nowadays? Nowadays the weird is the new normal.
Yeah.
It's been like that for a while, man.
Weird
It's
is
been
the
like
new
that
normal.
From time.
It's been like that for some time.
Yeah, man.
It's just more and more accepted right now where it's like,
Oh, yeah.
if you do something more weird, you're getting paid to
But
being
but
like,
if you do
yeah,
something
celebrity out of it.
sensible, you do something sensible and conscious, oh no.
No, we can't have you.
We can't
exposed,
have that.
No.
No,
Can't have
star.
that. No.
We can't have sensible thinking and independent thinking. We can't have that, man. If you're not like the
That's
damn
why
sheep.
there's so much confusion right now.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why
if
they
you're not
love
with
all
the
this
sheep-
binary and
Well, if
whatever,
you're not with the
like,
sheep,
class
they're gonna.
division
You know what they're gonna
and all
do?
of that fuckery.
You know
They
what
love
they're gonna do?
confusion.
If you're not with the sheep, they're just gonna make some lamb chops and shear off all that shit off of you and all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You done know.
I
already
just think,
done-
I
I
just
already
think we
done
need
seen it.
traditional values to forward to the front or the forefront of the thing. Like traditional values will fix a lot of this madness.
So
Like,
someone's
it's
gonna
literally-
ask you, question you, what you mean traditional values?
No, okay, I got you.
Yeah. What's
Like-
traditional?
No, listen. Okay, right. For the last few years, mental health has been.
Yeah.
They've been advertising it, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we
they
know
ain't
that.
And at the
helping it.
same time,
Yeah.
They're not helping it.
they've been advertising they've been displaying it and advertising bad mental health out there, saying people can identify as whatever. That's
Exactly.
mental health problems, bro.
Exactly.
I mean,
No,
Psychological-
What am I
no.
supposed to say? Am I
That's
supposed to say,
that,
bro?
that,
Am I
no.
supposed to
You know
say,
what
like,
that called? That
what am I
called.
supposed to say?
No, that's called being peril. You know what's that called being
Shit is
peril?
out of
You know why
control.
that's called being peril? Because they don't want the rest of them to go on muddy and say, yo, we're gonna kill everybody and everything.
Bro,
So that's why they say, yo, this is what happens and stuff like that. You know, you gotta recognize these things and shit.
bro,
You know what I mean?
population control. Okay,
That's all it is.
if men
Literally
ain't
population control.
out here being men and women ain't out here being women, people are gonna not be born anymore. It's simple mathematics. Humans won't be born anymore. If people decide to
But
take on these
That
death
now
styles,
comes right back to our same point with Demolition Man when we said that the people that weren't even having sex in that movie, Bridget.
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, they weren't having sex.
It's
so
a
they make
mental
test
thing.
tube,
It's
all
a
the
mental
babies,
thing.
You have
all the babies are
control of the
tested.
I'm saying it's
population
a
when
mental
man and
thing,
woman
like
are
Mayu
not
said.
even
It's a
having
mindset
physical
thing.
sex.
It's a mental thing. Mental health. These people are
It's
walking
mental
out in the
health
street.
completely.
They have whole parades and shit.
And the whole
Controversial,
biggest thing about
man.
the
Now they
mental
coming
health
for the
is
children.
that
This shit is out of
Wait,
control.
This is
affected in
controversial
mental health.
because
And
listen,
we're
on
all
the
men
other
in here. The biggest thing that's being affected with the mental health is men's masculinity.
Yeah, there you go.
Because when you look at it,
listen,
last
I ain't
month
gonna be
was
the
men's
devil's
mental
advocate.
health
Who's
awareness
the number
month.
one
Last month, just
acceptance?
alone was men's mental health awareness month last month, and they said that on an average of suicides of 3,000, 2,000 would be men.
Man, damn.
2,000 out of 3,000 people that will commit suicide, 2,000 of that is men.
That's fucking heartbreaking, bro. Just that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit. What?
So it goes to show you that we're not raising our boys to be strong men in this society. We're allowing them to just compromise, and then they don't even know themselves when it comes time, and that's their biggest struggle.
I mean, it makes sense because, like, look what world they're living in, G.
Yeah.
My biggest thing right now, and forevermore, is as long as I'm older than people, and I'm always gonna be older than some humans on this planet, I gotta make the world a better place for them, not worse.
Yeah.
Because if you do it worse, you get cursed. It rhymes, but I wasn't trying to rhyme, but I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
honestly, bro, like, that's how I feel. Like, you gotta make the world a better place for the oncoming generation. You can't set it up for them to come up confused.
What you say you have a 19-year-old son?
I have a 19-year-old son, and I just try to make sure he understands about, like, mannerism and, like, being a man out here, because there's a lot of confusion that they want to throw at you.
Exactly.
And trying to tell you that, yeah, this is like being a man, and I'm going to just tell you straight up, no, there's a code of ethics to what men are really about here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And don't get caught up into it, because I would like to leave out of this world knowing that I left you with the right tools to being a man out here on this world.
Mm-hmm. Rightly
Facts.
so.
You see that?
Rightly so.
Facts.
Facts, but you know, there's always the other side was controversy. I said, like, what's your definition of a man? Like, what do you?
Hold on. Who would say? Would a man say something like that?
No, a man would say that.
So there's your answer.
That don't sound like a
There's
man.
your answer.
See, they can't win they can't win our stance. I'm not gonna say it's an argument, because an argument is just allowing them to have something.
Listen, no.
You just
People can think they are what they want. They can think what they want to
can
think that
what
they
they
are.
think,
If they think they're a bus, if you think
yeah,
you're a
you can think it's
basketball,
Superman.
if you think, I'm just saying
Yeah.
inanimate objects, because that's big.
That's what I
being
that's what
anything
I
they
see
wanna
now.
be.
That's how
There's
it
people
got.
out here that think they're cats. There's actually people out here that.
And you're right. Right there
True.
is the mental illness, because they don't want to see themselves. They want to see themselves as something else.
That's what I'm showing you. Okay, how come people look at? You see those people that call themselves lizard people, and they do the surgery and get the tattoos and split their tongue. They it's body dysmorphia, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
dysmorph their body,
Yeah.
right? How different is that from what the boy Wade is trying to make the little boy do?
Exactly. It's not
Yeah,
that.
That's dismemberment.
Yeah, it's true. People don't want to look
Cutting
at
off the
deep
phallus
like that.
and that type of
To
shit.
be-
That's
listen.
body dysmorphia.
Yep, but remember,
It's a mental-
nowadays,
people don't wanna go
mental-
that deep.
song, What goes around comes around, where it was like mental poison
people
is
that
the
cut
biggest
off their
thing that's
limbs, you know
plaguing
that.
our
Mhm.
people
Hands
right
and
now.
shit.
Mm.
Body dysmorphia. It's a mental. It's
We-
just like
Yeah.
it's just like, look at this. It's just like there's those dudes, those juice heads in the gym, those super bodybuilders.
Oh, juice bags,
Yeah.
I call them.
They have a thing. They have a mental disorder, body dysmorphia problem, because when they look in the mirror, they
Yeah.
don't see. They see slim like me. They don't see. They think
Yeah, I see what you mean.
just like the girls that puke. They what's
Yeah,
it called
I
when
think
they
that-
I know what you're talking.
they force themselves to throw up because they
Yeah,
think
yeah.
they're fat, but they're like a twig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are all mental problems. But
Yeah,
they're letting
there you
these
go.
ones
No, it's
walk
true,
around
you know.
and have,
You know what?
have a
It's-
whole
I
movement.
think you know what it is. It's the analyzation
This shit
of
is
what
crazy,
mental
bro.
illness is. A lot of people don't know what mental illness is still to this day. It's still
No,
like
they
a
don't.
mystery. As much as there's all this social
it's
media
not
shit.
no mystery.
No.
fam.
I mean, like,
That's obvious mental health
Mental
problem.
illness is not like
This is
something.
listen, I went downtown
in
Toronto.
school.
we
I
gotta
mean, in
say
school, they're not
6'4" white
educated
man,
about it.
6'4", 200 plus pounds, walking around in a dress with lipstick on and a wig.
Yo,
That's
look,
mental health issues.
Look here,
bro.
man.
You're
The only-
6'4", 200 plus.
The only
You're
one
not
you have
fooling
to
nobody.
really worry about the mad person going around in the place with a shotty or a gun and then say, yo, my excuses, I have mental illness. Those are the one them you have to only worry about. All the muddy body one me no business about. The one them who gonna go around and say, yo, listen ya, boom boom, I'm just gonna go look here. I didn't do you nothing. I'm black. Okay, we're black. We already had problems from day one. You don't need to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? You get what I mean? But then go and shoot anybody who cares. You get what I mean? Those are the ones that me have to worry about the most. You know what I mean? The muddy one, them, you know, just bullet.
This world is going crazy,
you know what I
fam.
mean?
They're coming for the children, and you know, a lot of the parents. It's
That's
sad.
what
A
it
lot of
is.
the parents, all they care about is what celebrities are doing. And shit. These motherfuckers are literally coming for the children, bro.
It's
Some
real
of the
shit
parents are
right
bringing
now,
their
man.
children to their parades and shit. I've seen it all.
these
In
Parents
that, in
are
the,
actually like
Okay.
pushing
few
their
years I've
kids
been on-
right
that's
there to
another
say,
topic.
like, yeah, be this. The biggest thing that I'm noticing right now, and I hate this right now, and I say this all the time, especially with me having a son, is that as a parent, I've now realized my biggest responsibility is to protect my son's freedom of choice. Allow him to choose his life as how he wants to see it.
of course.
It's not my responsibility anymore. All I can do is be a guideful and be supportive on what he's doing. Now, I told him, whatever choices you make, there's consequences and success that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to live with it. I can try to be there as much as possible, but these are your choices in life.
That's
And
facts.
all I can do is just protect or allow you to make those bad choices for yourself, for your own freedom.
Yep.
Love that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's down to earth.
But a
man.
lot of these parents now, because of this whole entire like COVID thing and all that, you're not allowing your child to have a freedom of choice of what they want in their bodies now. And that's what's the sad thing about it, because I know when you first had your child coming out here into this world, you wanted your child to stay as healthy as possible, whatever it was. So
Yeah.
you were reading the ingredients and all of that stuff
Yup,
before your baby
yup,
even
yup.
took it.
Yep.
But a lot of them are now just taking whatever it is that the government or the media tells them. Yeah, just jab up the kids and it's okay. You don't even know what's in the damn
Sad,
thing.
yo. Shit, sad as fuck. But like you said, people have their choice, and some people are
Yeah.
gonna choose to do some dumb shit. It's okay.
Dumb shit. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe what I see as dumb, they see as wise. They see it as the wise choice. With evidence to prove.
All I need is just the evidence to prove that whatever I'm talking about is wrong, and I will shut up. But if you can't bring me no damn evidence to prove me what I'm saying is wrong, me don't want to hear nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Let's end it off, yo.
Time to be alive.
D2E. Yeah,
I
man.
know.
Real discussion tonight.
I love
Friday
this
night
stuff,
on
brother. I wanted to
D2E.
be
No,
on here from time with my brothers. Then, you know,
you
this is
don't
great.
know, man.
Yeah,
But it's
man.
always been a pleasure talking to my
Respect,
brother
man.
here.
Respect,
All my
kid.
brothers
Yeah,
here. You
man.
don't know all some realness. But you know, before we go, I have to be saying this all the time before we end off. This is the Rastafari Right Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nation. What? You
Respect.
don't know. Pop, 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 pop. It's been a pleasure, my
Salute.
brother. You don't know.
Up.
We're
Alright.
signing
Move
out
good,
just
everybody.
now.
Bless up. All right.